Hey guys, it's Unblessed Data bringing you another toy action figure review for the Lost Bros Clubhouse, and this time we have the brand new released Sprukits from Bandai. Now this is really exciting considering Bandai makes Gundam models, and this is basically their transition with the Gundam models into other franchises. And the first one I'm going to be reviewing, along with a couple other, is the Batman Arkham City Sprukit model set. And it's really awesome because, as you can see, you build it yourself just like a Gundam, and it's Batman, and who does not like Batman? There's a bunch of stuff on the back here. It has a bunch of different levels here. We can see the height of it. It's 5 inches, 127 millimeters. The time it takes to build it, the detail, and the articulation. And having built one of these already, there is a lot of articulation in these figures, so I can say that that's really cool. And down here you can see that there is a Dark Knight figure and a Superman figure. The Dark Knight one is a bit smaller, but the Superman is the same scale as the Batman we have right here. So it's really cool. I can't wait to build it, and you can see me build it because I will be recording it right now. So here you go. So here he is, Batman, all built up and modeled up, and he's all done here. And I think it's a pretty good figure, but there is some major flaws with it that we'll get into right now. My first really big con for this figure really is his cape. It was really disappointing finding out that this is just a piece of paper. It's not cloth, it's not durable, it'll rip and like really easily, so that's the really big downfall to this figure. I'm sure you can make a custom cape if you really wanted to, but you know, I'm buying the figure. I want a cloth cape, not this stupid paper that'll break in a second. My other complaint is he doesn't have an ab crunch. All the other Sprukits don't either, so you know, you can't really complain about that. Kind of knew that going into this, but he does have like a waist joint, which is okay, but it doesn't make up for an ab crunch, so there's that. The one other thing is his head sculpt. So as it's pretty clear to see, this head sculpt has no detail at all. Nothing at all. It's just one tone. It's kind of disappointing. It really is. I mean, the Superman figure from Sprukits is probably going to be even worse because his whole face is just skin tone, so it would be no expression at all. This kind of sucks. I mean, you could paint the eyes white. I'm probably going to end up doing that, but there's not much else you can do. It's still pretty cool, though. I mean, for a model kit, it's really awesome. You get a lot of articulation, so... But, and the head sculpt kind of bugs me, but can't do much about it. Other than that, there's some pretty good detail in this figure. I mean, a lot of, like, line work in his arms and everything. Really nice, I have to say. The bat symbol came out really nice. It's a separate piece on its own, so that's always good. A lot of detail. Even the belt's pretty well sculpted. I mean, his arms here, the little bat things, really awesome. I think it's well sculpted, all the pieces and everything. It's just some of the pieces, when they're together, it doesn't look as good as you'd want. I mean, even the waist, it's kind of small for me. The belt is like way bigger than the waist, which is kind of weird. But that's about it for that. For articulation, Arkham City Batman has a pretty good amount. His head is really well articulated. You can get pretty much any which way you want him to look. This neck joint, it's actually a joint by itself, so that it moves down, that also, and his head moves, so you get a lot of motion there. Lots of motion, so that's always good. What's interesting is his shoulder pads, they're actually on a joint, so they go up, so when you move the arms up, they move with them, so it looks more natural. So shoulder pads are a really nice touch, adds to the overall figure. I think it makes it much better. But yeah, really good articulation there. He's got a ball joint on his arm. Again, it's a bit hindered by his little cowl cape thing, but what can you do? There's a swivel on his upper arm, double jointed elbow, and he's got a joint, not really a joint, it's like a ball joint on his wrist that can like move a bit up and down and everything. So same thing on the other arm. He's got a waist joint that kind of swivels around on a ball right here, goes up and down. You get an okay range of motion. I wish it was better, but oh well. The leg joint is kind of weird. It's different from the Master Chief in that it can't go straight up. So if you want his leg to go up, it has to go like this, which is kind of disappointing. You can turn it a bit, but it's really awkward to do that. I really don't like that. But anyway, it's on a joint, so it can go around like this, swivel at the top there. Double jointed knees, which is good, and he has a joint on his foot. And it acts as a pivot too, I guess, an ankle pivot. So that's a pretty good articulation for this figure. All of these Sprukit models, even the Gundam models, have really great articulation, and this doesn't stray away from that. For accessories, Batman comes with a bunch, the first thing being his little stand he's standing on right now, which works pretty well. But he does come with a bunch of other things. The hands he has on right now actually are made to hold the items that he comes with. So he comes with a pair of hands for holding stuff. He has an open-handed hand for, you know, jumping or whatever, so that's always cool. He comes with a pair of closed-fisted hands for, you know, punching people in the face. And the coolest accessories he comes with are a batarang and the grappling gun that he uses in the game, which is really awesome that he comes with these accessories. That's really cool. I mean, Master Chief comes with his guns, but Batman's got his gear also. Now, the thing about his accessories, the grappling gun and batarang, there's kind of a downside to them. So, as you can see here, there's kind of this piece sticking out of it, and it's always going to be there if you want Batman to hold it, because that's the piece that allows him to actually hold it right here. So it's kind of a downfall to me. I mean, it always has to be there. Even if he's throwing the batarang around, you're going to see that little piece there. If you're going to pose him doing other things with it, you're always going to see this little like bulky piece at the end. The grappling gun, it doesn't really matter because it looks like the handle, so that works. But the batarang, it's just kind of awkward to me that it just looks like there's just things sticking out of it. But, can't really do anything else. I mean, how else is he going to hold it? For a quick size comparison, you can see Batman is pretty much the same height as the Sprukits Master Chief, and he's much smaller than the Marvel Legends Cyclops that was also recently released. So, he's pretty small, but if you like small figures, this is really good for you. But he's not too small, so he's still a pretty good sized action figure. Not 6-inch, so he doesn't fit in with 6-inch figures. But, you know, he's really his own scale that fits in with other Sprukits like the Master Chief. I do like the Master Chief Sprukit a bit better. I think it just works better. I think he looks better. That's just my opinion. But I do have a review for Cyclops and Master Chief on the channel, so click them if you want to see those reviews. So overall, the Batman Arkham City figure is a good, fun figure, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. But I wouldn't say it's a must pick up for me. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but not the best thing out there. I think there's other better Batman figures that you can pick up from the Arkham City franchise if you really want a really good figure. This is more of just a fun model kit that you can build that brings you some enjoyment, but is not the best product out there. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the Lost Bros Clubhouse on YouTube and the LostBrosClubhouse.com for more news and reviews. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Boop, 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 boop.